This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 24th day of October in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The government of Guyana and the opposition met this afternoon and have both completely rejected Venezuela's planned referendum on Guyana's Essequibo region. President Irfan Ali and the government team met and held discussions on the Venezuelan issue with opposition leader Aubrey Norton and his opposition team for more than 1 hour at the president's office. At the end of the meeting, opposition leader Aubrey Norton said the government and the opposition are unified on rejecting the Venezuelan claims and planned referendum.
It is pernicious, dangerous, and we hope it should not go forward. It's very aggressive by nature and militarizes an issue that really should be for diplomatic resolution.
In a statement last evening, the government of Guyana announced that it was alerting the international community about the planned Venezuelan referendum, which seeks, among other things, to make Essequibo a new state of Venezuela. In response, the Venezuelan government, in its own statement today, said the president of Guyana has continuously rejected talks on the border issue. The border controversy is currently before the International Court of Justice. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton said he believes that Venezuela is attempting to move the issue away from the International Court, but those attempts must be rejected.
Venezuela is trying to shift this thing away from the ICJ. We have to ensure it stays with the ICJ. Our best option is with the ICJ. And Venezuela in this particular document argued, unfortunately and erroneously, that they are trying now to root it in the Geneva Agreement. This process is as a result of the Geneva Agreement. We have tried for years the good officer. It didn't work. And finally, we decided, in keeping with the Geneva Agreement, that it will go to the ICJ. We have urged Venezuela to make their presentation to the ICJ. But this is rooted in the Geneva Agreement, and what Venezuela is attempting to do is to make it appear as if we are, the government of Ghana, all of us are rejecting dialogue. We are not. It is from the Geneva Agreement that we ended up at the ICJ, and that is in keeping with that agreement that pursues the Pacific settlement of disputes.
Following today's meeting, the government of Guyana and the opposition have agreed to engage more regularly on matters regarding the border controversy. And the Parliamentary Sectorial Committee on Foreign Affairs is expected to meet tomorrow.
We stress the need for public education. We pointed out that even when there is public education, it is not continuous. And we argue that going forward, there should be continuous education. Continuous public education, and the president agreed. He said they have begun to work on it, and we're happy. We want continuous public education to ensure people understand the issues and are supportive of us.
Leader of the Alliance for Change and Opposition Member of Parliament Kemraj Ramjatan said it is important for the government and the opposition to be united on the border issue, as they have always been over the years. An opposition spokesperson on foreign relations, Member of Parliament Amanzo Walton Desir, also attended the meeting as part of the opposition delegation. She said the opposition has not shirked from its support of the government on the border issue.
Sometime last week I would have issued a call for the reconvening of the Parliamentary Sectorial Committee on Foreign Relations, and I'm happy to say that that call has been heeded, and we will meet tomorrow, Wednesday, and coming out of that committee will set the agenda for the joint interaction that we expect to see going forward.
In its statement last evening, the Guyana government said the planned Venezuelan referendum seeks to annex Guyana's Essequibo region, and it has since alerted the international community to the actions being carried out by the government of Venezuela, which have the potential to incite violence and to threaten the peace and security of the state of Guyana and, by extension, the Caribbean region. More news coming up in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Andrea King, Miss World Guyana, and your Pinktober Ambassador 2023. Come take a run with me. Now that we've got the route down, I look forward to seeing you on October 29, 6 a.m. right here at Everest Ground as we walk and run for a cause. Remember, we are many hands with caring hearts.
Oh my lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true, or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
In a statement last night, the government of Guyana rejected the issuance of questions by the National Electoral Council of Venezuela in the national referendum related to Guyana's Essequibo region. Venezuela has set itself a December 3rd date to host a national referendum on its claim to Guyana's Essequibo region. The government of Guyana, in a statement last evening, said the questions to be asked as part of the referendum are intended to further Venezuela's unlawful and unfounded claim to more than 2/3 of Guyana's national territory. According to the statement, one of the questions seeks the approval of the Venezuelan people for the creation of a new Venezuelan state consisting of Guyana's Essequibo region, which would be incorporated into the national territory of Venezuela, and the granting of Venezuelan citizenship to the population of Essequibo. The Guyana government described the question as brazen and noted that it amounts to nothing less than the annexation of Guyana's territory in blatant violation of the most fundamental rules of the UN Charter, the OAS Charter, and the general international law. The government said such a seizure of Guyana's territory would constitute the international crime of aggression, and the government categorically rejects any attempt to undermine the territorial integrity of the sovereign state of Guyana. The government said it also rejects the internationally unlawful act to put forward the granting of citizenship and Venezuelan identity cards in accordance with the Geneva Agreement and international law. The government said neither the government nor the people of one country have the right in international law to seize, annex, or take the territory of another country. Turning now to the oil and gas sector, although the ExxonMobil company boasts of having a majority of Guyanese workers, the Stabroek Block Cost Recovery Audit for the years 2018 to 2020 has found that foreign nationals hired by the company are being paid significantly more. According to the audit report, during a 3-year period, foreign workers were paid a total of just over $93 million, making the wage bill for expats 18 times higher than the combined salaries of local workers. In the Stabroek Block Cost Recovery Audit Report, which was completed by VHE Consulting, Exxon's labor cost was divided into 4 areas. Exxon employees $5.1 million, Exxon affiliate expatriates $93.091 million, Exxon affiliate time writing $594.4 million, and Exxon affiliate temporarily assigned workers $66.404 million, a total of more than $759 million over the years that were audited. Expats, according to the report, are paid a 40% after-tax bonus also. The Exxon company advised that the expats are paid that bonus as an incentive for an expat assignment in Guyana. The oil company also provided examples showing employee pay is equalized so that their pay is based on taxes in their home country and calculated so they see no financial impairment working outside of their home country. Alluding to the sections of the production sharing agreement, the audit firm said if expats are physically present in Guyana for more than 183 days, Guyana income tax is applicable. They are often engaged in drilling, geoscience, and operations and financials. The audit firm said the company's records also suggest that between 93.3% and 98.61% of the expat labor costs were charged to the Stabroek Block. It was also noted that while the employee cost for the Stabroek Block for the 3 years 2018 to 2020 stood at $5.1 million, the combined labor cost for the Kaieteur and Kanji blocks totaled $292,000. The auditing firm said while Exxon's employee cost is recoverable, the correct amount must be allocated to Stabroek out of each department. The report was submitted to the government in September and is currently under review.
Join Six Vibes and Stems Hospitality and Outside Lounge as they present the most epic party of the year. Colors Ignite Silent Headphone Party. Friday, 27th of October, 2023 at Outside Lounge. Secure our limited headphones for just $5,000 and party to the rhythm of your choice. Colors Ignite Silent Headphone Party.
Oh, this is sick.
Minister of Housing and Water Colin Kroll today called for a collaborative effort between countries to tackle what he sees as a water stress, which is currently being felt globally. He said climate change has been the main driver behind the water issues, but those issues, he noted, can be addressed, though not in the short term, to bring relief to persons, especially the vulnerable. To address the threats, the minister said there must be improved monitoring, data sharing, cross-border collaboration, and assessment of water resources, and an accompanying increase in investment. He noted that because of the gravity of the water challenges, it is unlikely that the issue of access to clean and safe water will not be addressed anytime soon, referencing a recent UN report. He said the government, having realized this, is now tasked with confronting the water challenges ahead. Minister Kroll said wastewater management is often overlooked, but it remains a crucial aspect of the country's environmental responsibility. The housing minister made those comments while addressing the opening of the Caribbean Wastewater Conference being hosted in Guyana this year. The chairman of the National Insurance Scheme, Ramesh Prasad, believes that there is a need to amend the laws governing the insurance scheme to meet the needs of a modern society. NIS is governed by the National Insurance and Social Security Act of 1969. As he addressed the NIS 54th Anniversary in General Assembly on Monday, Mr. Posad, who has been at the helm of the institution since 2020, questioned the relevance of some of the rules governing the institution.
Rules are meant to ensure that there is order in society, order in an organization like the National Insurance Scheme. My only issue is, and I quoted this to you last time around, I don't know whether some of those rules are right still, or whether they're still relevant to today's environment. So if I'm to make a call to the senior management here, we have to proactively and quickly work towards resolving rules that will make sense in a modern society. Good? 1969 to 2023 is a big difference in many things.
The NIS chairman said there have been significant changes and advances in Guyana and the world by extension since 1969, and the NIS must therefore adjust to those changes. He said it is important for the challenges confronting the NIS and contributors to be addressed.
Now, we don't have a decade or 10 years or 15 years to resolve the challenges of NIS. The challenges of NIS have to be resolved now when a pensioner is sitting in front of you. Because that pensioner sits in front of you today or might not sit in front of you tomorrow, and that's the reality of life.
Posad said while the NIS has made significant improvement in the process of claims with an average of 13,000 claims being processed every month compared to 4,500 in the past, several contributors continue to be placed at a disadvantage due to unscrupulous employers.
On the flip side, there are a few thousands who are unable to make their claims due to unscrupulous employers who would have collected people's money and not paid over those monies in time. As I said, as a board, as management, as an organization, our responsibilities are not discretionary. We would love to meet that social protection system whereby every person that walks in, we honor their claim and honor their benefit. But we know that the system has to work to prevent, those fraudsters who will come and try to make claims that are not necessarily what it should be.
Meanwhile, Minister of Finance Dr. Ashley Singh in his address said there is room for improvement as he called on the organization to raise its standard of operation.
I am proud of the NIS. I'm proud of the staff of the NIS. I've had the privilege of working alongside you at many of these outreaches. You have a lot of good people, a lot of professional people, a lot of committed people, a lot of talented people. Dedicated, talented people. Right? But the organization is getting a bad rap because of a few bad eggs. And because of a few cases and a few types of behavior that really are tainting the entire institution. Tainting the entire institution. And so I will repeat, I don't want to put too much of a damper on the occasion because it's an anniversary that we're celebrating and it's a happy anniversary. But I will say once again that the NIS has an obligation to deliver service in an efficient manner to all of its contributors and its pensioners.
Minister Singh noted a new actuarial review has commenced for the NIS and stakeholders are already being engaged. And NIS General Manager Holly Greaves said the NIS remains relevant in today's society and will continue to meet the needs of the population.
It is evident that the safety net provided by the National Insurance Scheme plays an important role in the socio-economic fabric of our society. The scheme is currently recognized as the main social security provider to the people of Guyana. We have before us the task to continue to maintain this institution and develop and improve in our services in the years to come. Every anniversary is worth celebrating. Today we celebrate. As we celebrate, let us reflect on our achievements and the many challenges that we face each day.
She said as the scheme moves forward, focus will be placed on data management and improved customer service. According to the General Manager, greater effort will be made to updating the contribution database, cleansing and securing the scheme's records to allow for easy retrieval of information. To celebrate its anniversary, the NIS provided a number of bursary awards and also recognized the contributions of long-serving employees. In the courts, one of 3 Venezuelan men who was nabbed in Region 1 with guns, ammunition and drugs has pleaded guilty to the charges related to the possession of illegal firearm and drugs, and he has been sentenced to 6 years in jail. The Venezuelan national identified as Elizer Vera is the one who opted to plead guilty during the court appearance today, while the other 2 men, Romel Marin and Alirio Jimenez, pleaded not guilty and they were remanded to jail. All 3 face charges of possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking, possession of firearms without a license, and possession of ammunition without a license. The matter was heard today at the Georgia Magistrates Court. The case against the 2 accused who pleaded not guilty will continue on the 13th of November. The 3 men were arrested on Friday by police ranks in Arakaca Northwest District in Region 1 after they were alerted to the presence of the 3 men in a shop with arms. The 3 men were picked up by a resident in the area, and it was at that resident's home that the police nabbed the men and made the discovery of the guns, ammunition, and drugs. They were all immediately arrested.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Sorry!
Jack?
Hey!
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yo, today's the 15th, my NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG Act from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? You know, I just pay my bills using MMG, you know?
Yes, Jack, and the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So, I don't need to submit any form?
The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait, I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man, you didn't know that? Yes, all self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, made his feelings known to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau over the fact that citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines are still not eligible for visa-free travel to Canada, while questionable persons from other countries are allowed to enter Canada without one. According to Caribbean Loop, Gonsalves raised the issue during his recent trip to the Canada-CARICOM Summit in Ottawa. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is among several Caribbean countries which require a visa to enter Canada, or for some travelers, an electronic travel authorization ETA, once certain requirements are met. The Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, during a media conference on Monday, said he raised his concern with the Canadian Prime Minister, who gave him an answer he's accustomed to, that they will continue to look into the matter. The Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, has launched a pilot version of an innovative data sharing platform within a virtual community for 7 Caribbean water utilities, according to Caribbean Loop. It said 7 utilities are participating in the data sharing platform. They are the Water and Sewerage Corporation of the Bahamas, the Barbados Water Authority, the Belize Water Services Limited, the Guyana Water Incorporated, the National Water Commission of Jamaica, the Suriname Water Authority, and the Water and Sewerage Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. The IDB said through the platform, utilities can exchange real-time data on parts and materials, expediting mutual aid and ultimately cutting costs. Through the source of innovation, the IDB has partnered with H2Bid Inc. to provide a 1-year pilot version of the platform, which is powered by AURSI. And finally tonight, international news. The UN chief says he's deeply concerned about the clear violations of international humanitarian law that is currently being witnessed in Gaza. According to the BBC, Antonio Guterres condemned both the use of civilians as human shields and the bombing of southern Gaza after an evacuation order. Israeli diplomats responded angrily after Guterres also suggested the Hamas attack on Israel did not happen in a vacuum. Israel's ambassador to the UN called on Guterres to resign, while the country's foreign minister asked Guterres, "In what world do you live?" More than 200 hostages abducted by Hamas continue to be held in Gaza. 4 have so far been freed. Israel has continued its heavy bombing of Gaza. The Hamas-run health ministry says almost 5,800 people have been killed since October 7. More than 1,400 people were killed in the attacks on Israel by Hamas gunmen who raided communities near the border, targeting civilians. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.